All right, I tried to do a live stream, but since we are having problems getting fiber internet here, my 4G dongle didn't work, so I'm doing a quick recording instead. And I hope it at least gets something for you. I don't know. But I'm going to run through everything I was thinking about talking about. The sad part is I can't answer your questions, but we do another live stream as soon as we get the internet. So cool. Let's see if I can get this working. Here we have Emma, my business partner. She doesn't look like that, but we did try to do a funny DA segment beforehand, but it's not that funny if it's not live. But she looks cool, at least. So this is just a scene. I've been experimenting with doing like easy, fast scenes with HDRI maps. And this, I know this doesn't look awesome or great, but it was what I had up and running. So that's cool. And you can also see a light wrap going on her. Not super good light wrap, you have to tweak it, but it's cool. So I bring in myself again. Hello. And we're gonna jump in and talk about Aximmetry. So this is the main view of Aximmetry. The great thing about Aximmetry is that you can modify it either way you want, I guess. And you can, for example, if you go, wait a minute, I'm gonna show you right on. I'm gonna move myself to the right. Let's see if I can do like that so you can see more. Like that. Cool. And this is where... Räckar du på den där jäveln? Den rullar räck på monitorn. Ja, bra. Just checking the recording. And it's easy to decide where you want to output stuff. So I have an audio out to something in here. And I have to the desktop monitor. I have to the camera monitor that Sulan is looking at. And I have to stream. Oops, but we're not streaming right now. So, and that's cool. And here's the great things. Here's the Unreal compound where you load your Unreal project. And it's probably recommended to do it cooked, so it saves a lot more GPU and CPU. I'm gonna quickly, here you can see down to the right. It's really hard for the computer to do this right now. I don't know why. Could be a lot of things, but that's why you probably should do it cooked instead. But I don't do that because I want to show you that I have Unreal running in the background like this. And this makes it super easy, almost like working native in Unreal Engine and to do changes on the fly. And that's good when you're testing and doing stuff. But the great thing about it too is that it's super easy to bring the tracking data from Vive or I guess any other tracking system. You just create these game poses and select your tracker and drag a node to camera one transform data. Yes. And then you go to inputs. And the first thing you must fix is the tracking delay. And that's over here. Here, yeah, I don't know why you can see my cursor, but so if, for example, if I put it to 0, where it is originally, and Sulan, if you pan left and right, wait a minute, we're totally off. So comparing to Unreal, where you only can do tracking delay, at least the way I do it, tracking delay one frame or another, this is more precise. So what I do, if you keep panning, I just drag this up until it gets better. Now, I think we were something around there. You can always tweak this better. I haven't tweaked this. It's just a setup we've been playing with for today. And another important thing is the focal length. And this is an experimental feature, all this white tracking thing in Aximmetry. So I guess they're working on it. But for me, it would be much easier if I could type in whatever focal length I have. But this is also great because this could be, you could be more precise. So for example, let's remember where we were. Could you start here? If you move left and right, see that we are off. Then you have to pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up until we are. Should be around here somewhere. Oh, we still have slipping, but I can't remember where we were. And you can also go back to Unreal and select Aximmetry camera. And here you can see current focal length, 17.9. And probably go up a bit. Let's see a pan again. Yeah, it's better. So let's keep going a bit. Yeah, you could tweak this. I'm not going to sit there tweak back and forth, but you understand the concept. And the other thing is in the origin, it's like the offset from the WAV to the camera. So here you can tweak that. I haven't done anything here, but I think it's good enough for this stream. So, but here you can tweak everything, like the head transformation, the camera transformation, and everything. And that's good. You have really good controls. And the other thing that's super nice is the studio setup. So here you can easily map out your stage. So for example, I can lower the floor. That's not what I wanted to do. But green right. I don't have any green right. Let's see what happens when I do that. Because now you see, I put a green wall. Can't point at anything. You put a green wall, and you're telling the software that this should be in the scene. But since I don't have a green wall there, I just mask it out. And that's really good. I think, Sulan, if you can pan around and show, can you do around me, towards me? Yeah, so then you can mask out the whole studio. Like, because Sulan is filming this way right now. And you see only forest. That's cool. So that's something to toy around with. But the cool thing is that it's super easy to use TouchOSC, TouchOSC, and build your own control board. So here is my control board for doing the cutting between the Unreal and turning on picture-in-picture. So I made this myself, really. And the cool thing is that you can control things in Unreal. Are you ready? This is super awesome. Not working. Not working. Det låter inte vara live. Yeah, it's working. We were, okay, go to the left, I know why it's not working, because we moved the dinosaur. It's bouncing on dinosaurs. So this is pretty redundant, but it's cool that you can do stuff in Unreal. And TouchOSC, where did I editor? Let's see if I have it. Where did I put it? So it's pretty easy to see if I can find my. Let's change the screen, and I'm gonna move myself over a bit. So if you look at the Unreal board, I also have this in my phone, and right now I'm not on the same Wi-Fi, so I can't control it. But I think you understand. So it is buttons that I design in this software. And then you just run a little bridge that creates MIDI channels. And then you just assign MIDI, and then you just press on your phone the button you want to be assigned to that button. Couldn't be easier. Then you can just make more basketballs or whatever you want. Exactly. So that's one thing. Let's see, what should I talk about more? I had some questions. Audio is breaking up. That's why we doing this instead. So that's pretty easy, and I'm gonna show you the thing that does the basketball. Happy we're not live. Let's do the screen. And here's the blueprint. I just put it in the level blueprint. An event tick going to a bind event to trigger. And here is where I decide what the name of the trigger. And the trigger is in itself spawning a custom event where you can do whatever. And I just did a spawn of a basketball. Why not? And then I get this node. And I just control it with the control board. And I can do a more in-depth tutorial, but this is all documented in Aximmetry, so it shouldn't be that hard to get going. Let's see if I can. So I'm gonna because this was quite tricky. So to get this going, if we go into Unreal, here is the name of the basket. There's the basket. So it's coming up, the basket. And to make it go, to make it trigger something, I have to create a new special compound, pin collector. So let's call this Unreal Trigger. And this is probably better ways to do this, but how I found out to do this is just add a copy logical. I drag it to in. Yes, and drag that onwards the basket. And then I just add to control board, Unreal board, and then we have Unreal Trigger. But we don't have anything to push on. That's why you need to do rename on the node and insert one of these guys. Haven't played with it so much yet, but let's do play. And then you've got a play button. Pretty good. Something to play with. Let's see, what do we have more? Yeah, they're still going strong. Let's go to have a look at. We have the adjustment layers going on here. Yeah, but we can look at the the light wrap. Where do we find that? Let's see. I have to open up this one, edit. I say this one, but you don't see what I'm doing. This one, open up that. And we're going to try to find the light wrap. And here's the light wrap. This is a light wrap my friend did, and he's working on it. We can at least have a look at it. There's a lot of stuffs here. The foreground and the background going in to an edge refine, to a light wrap, to a light wrap blend, opacity blend, color match blend, edge blend. I haven't dwelled further into this, so I can't really talk about it, but maybe we do a follow-up on that. And yeah, let's go to oh, we got some. If you saw that, that's because Sulan was taking a picture of the camera and the tracker, so he managed to block the tracker from all the 4 base stations. So that's the only problem I had with the tracker, is when you block it, really block it. And he also mounted the monitor up, so it's blocking it. But if I show you around, I can show you a bit. Let's do a thing like that. Let's go to the selfie cam. Gonna try to explain some stuff. Räcker vi fortfarande? So if you see there, thanks to Kalle, my other awesome partner, he's great with the tools. He mounted the base stations in a square in the ceiling truss. I think it's called truss. And we were a bit worried because the truss is hanging by chains, but it's pretty solid and we haven't had any problems. And I'm gonna show you all. Since we're still experimenting, we not wanna do something about this because we're constantly changing stuff. But we're gonna do this much cleaner later on. But getting a jib was a great investment because it's so easy to move around and having everything intact. And as you see, the light is regular theater cycle light, tungsten, and they are not good at all. But we had to get something so we could start experimenting and get the ball rolling. But we have new lighting coming in, and I'm gonna talk more about that and do a video on the whole setup. And I'm gonna introduce you to the company that we partner with. And it's gonna be awesome. So let's go back and finish this one up. So we can start drinking beer again. I want to show you one more thing that's good about Aximmetry. So I change the screen and have a look at this. You can build even more control boards, like for example putting logo in. It's not showing on the screen, but you see it down. Let's do. It's pretty much me clicking on these buttons. And then I can change them to wherever I want. So for example, you can change it on the fly and you can design whatever you want. And you just have to dwell deeper into how this works, but it's really cool and great. So I hope you. I'm gonna go into the screen, do the sign off. I'm still amazed by this. It's a crappy scene, but it's still awesome, right? You can be somewhere else, but you're not having to travel somewhere. And here you can see where it cuts my head. Yeah, now that's the right wall. It's pretty good. So thank you for watching. Sorry about the lag on the internet, but I hope we can get this up so quick that you didn't miss it. And let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the next live stream or recording, and I will try to answer your question. Emma, dance off!